Hello there, survivors, and welcome back to another video here in ARK Survival Ascended. Today we're taking a look at all of the new structures that have been added with Winter Wonderland, because they actually added a ton of new structures. As you can see, there might even be more options in this skin than in the one we got with Lost Colony, which is pretty funny. There's an absolute ton of them, so if you want to build your own little gingerbread house for Christmas, you definitely can do so. There is loads of options here. They are looking really nice, and apparently made by Sandy, so he got a chance to make an official cosmetic that you can earn through the Winter Wonderland event. I'm not quite sure. It's probably, you know, getting the candies and whatever the game is. We're here to check out all the different structures and, of course, see how we can utilize them in a build. But they do look really cool. And yeah, if you want to build something Christmassy themed, this is going to be a good year. This is definitely going to be a very good year, because there's a ton of options. I mean, there's even a tribe tower skin, so what more could you want? Like, this is a very complete set. So let's start this show and let's check out all of the different skins. So to craft the items from the Winter Wonderland event, you go into your smithy, you go to holiday, and then of course you can make all the emotes, but you can also craft all of the other items, all the skins for your character, but also of course the structure skins. So what you need is the coal and the mistletoe that you get by, you know, doing all of the different activities out in the world. I believe there's like pegos out there, there's other creatures, and I'm not sure which one gives which, but you collect the coal and the mistletoe, and then you can craft all of the new structures and all of the older ones right in here. So that's where you make them. And let's take a look at all of the Winter Wonderland structures. There's absolutely a ton of them. An absolute ton, both normal structures for all of your building pieces, as well as a lot of decorations. And let's start with the very obvious one that is right back here, which is a tribe tower skin, which is absolutely insane. Like, look at how good this looks. It combines, of course, a lot of the assets that we'll see throughout the structures available. But yeah, look at how fun this is. This is a very happy and festive looking gingerbread tribe tower made out of candy. So, you know, if you don't want to be the you know, the standard tribe tower, but you want to celebrate the season in a proper way, then this will certainly help you, because like, look at this. This is insane. There's so much detail in this as well, like all the little different sections. Like, there's even some chocolate down here. There's all sorts of cool things and all sorts of nice little decorations along the way. Some Christmas lights, of course. Even snow, it looks like, coming out of the top, which is definitely a really cool way to transform the standard tribe tower into something you can be proud of this winter season. So yeah, that is definitely a very cool addition. Then let's head over to some other of the bigger skins here. So we have the normal dino gate, which transforms into a nice arch made out of candy with a nice gate in the middle. Let's actually, just to be sure, check. No, they don't seem to have any variants, but it still looks very cool, very festive, as a nice way to enter your Winter Wonderland paradise. And then the behemoth gate might be even better. Look at these candy canes on the corner, the chocolate gates as a door. We even have these custom dino cookies, you know, definitely not any other kind of cookie, of course. Again, I don't think there's any variants for them, but I mean, they already look very cool. So yeah, if you want to make a big entrance this Christmas, this could be the way. Definitely a really nice set piece. And then of course we've got all the different structures over here. So the walls actually have a few variants. So you have this wall with the candy on the outside, and then it looks like this on the inside. Then we have the first variant, which is the gingerbread man here on the outside, and then we have a slightly different inside, so it's more candy on the inside. And then we have this section on the outside with that section on the inside. So that's again similar to the first one. And then the final wall is just a more empty wall, you know, if you don't want to have it too busy. And then it looks like this on the inside. Then we also have our ceilings. They actually have some variants. So every ceiling actually has a few. Actually, oh, this is the one upside down. We don't want to look at that. So you have different patterns basically. Then you have the chocolate floor. You have a rotated option for the chocolate floor. Then you have this one over here, and then an alternative option of that too. And then we're back to normal. I think that's the same for all of these. So let's see. Yeah, all of these have those different options. So that's quite cool. And then once again, for these, there's also a bunch of different options to pick from. So that's already quite impressive to see this many options in just the walls and the ceilings. Then we have the normal short door here, which looks really cute. And also on the inside or the other side looks very, very nice. Then we have the tall door that looks like this. And also the inside looks very nice. We have the double door that looks like this. And then the other side looks like that. And then we have this one with the cookies, the windows, and then the inside over here. Then we have the cellar doors. They look quite similar, but just, you know, bigger versions of them. And then of course you can also have those standing up like hangar doors or like barn doors. They keep the same pattern, so it's just a matter of which way it is orientated basically. But definitely some cool looking structures, and it's really nice to see that it is a complete set. So if you want to build something with the gingerbread structures, it's going to be complete. Then over here we have the pillars and the beams. They do have two variants, as you can see. So both the pillar and the beam have those variants. So whether you want the red one or the pink one, it is for both of them. The same here for the half pillars, the thin pillars, and the half thin pillars and beams. So those all have those variants. Then we have the slope walls and the shallow slope walls, also looking really nice. And then the other side looking very similar. And then we have a half railing here. We have the full railings here, so definitely looking very nice. And then we have a few variants here for the quarter wall. So we have this one, the normal one is just blank on both sides. We have one with some bricks on the one side, and then we have one with the little chocolate border. I guess that's to match your interiors, perhaps being able to kind of match that kind of shape. I would guess that is the reason they look like that. But yeah, definitely really cool. Then we have the large wall. There's actually some options. So you have, first of all, a clear one that goes all the way from the top to the bottom. Inside looks like this. Then we have the one with the candy, and then the inside still looks like that. We have the one with the gingerbread man. Inside looks like this. And then we have this one, and then the inside looks like that again. And then we have a blanco one, but with lines between it. And then the inside looks like that. So it's basically a clean one is the extra version you get without the lines in between the different sections. The inside will also always have those inside lines. But we're definitely not done yet. We have the quarter stairs, quarter roof, and quarter ramp looking very nice. We have the staircase over here. We have the normal stairs right next to it. We have the ramp looking very, very nice indeed. Actually looks like there's some kind of texturing on the bottom, which you could use as some like shallow stairs, I suppose. And then we have the actual roof looking very festive. But the best part is the roof has a variant. Actually, let me get this wall out of here, the cellar doors out of here, because the roof has a variant with a nice little window. I mean, look at that. That is just the best. I wish we had something like this for the Lost Colony skins. But yeah, the Winter Wonderland. This is, you can see the skin maker professional Sandy, as he knows. We want all these little details. And yeah, we have a lovely window sticking out, which is definitely really cool. We have the sleigh here, which looks really nice, which is on a medium deco box. We have a bunch of things on deco boxes. So this is a small deco box. This is a small deco box. These two. So this is small deco. I'm not sure if there's like variants, or maybe that you can paint them. Doesn't seem to be variants for these. We have the snowflake, which is quite cool, that you can of course place down. We have both for the omnidirectional light as well as just the lamppost. You can have these Christmassy themed lights. We have a big lollipop that you can use. Also, this is also on a deco box. This of course on the lamps. This is a deco box. Then we have a rug skin, which is quite cool. No variant, but still, it's a very cool looking rug. And you can turn the beer barrel into some hot cocoa, which is really fun. There's even some little bit of steam rising from it, which is quite nice indeed. So there is a ton of options, as you can see, and there's even more. So we have the bookshelves here. You can see it as a custom variant for that. We have the normal storage cabinet here, which looks really cool. We have a little bit of a storage box down here. We have a chair skin. We have a bench skin looking very cool. And then we have a table, but we actually have two variants for the table, which is absolutely amazing. And we have a bed skin. We don't even get bed skins for Frontier, Steampunk, Wasteland, or Lost Colony, but we have a beautiful bed for your gingerbread house. So yeah, as I said, it is quite funny to see how complete this structure set is compared to some of the other things we get in the game. There is an absolute insane amount of things in here, which is really cool. Oh, and then the foundations, of course, also can have the same variants as we saw on the ceilings. And well, I took them away again, but the of course the triangles, it's the same way. So even for the foundations, you can still have all of these different variants, which is really cool. As I said, ton of options here to make your own beautiful Winter Wonderland gingerbread paradise, which is very cool. And actually, one thing I was thinking about when I saw all of this, a fireplace, of course, is something you would need for a lot of the Winter Wonderland activities. So maybe, could there be a skin in it? No, unfortunately not. So we'll have our normal fireplace, but still, this is an insane amount of content to get just for an event. So yeah, you can definitely go all out with gingerbread house building if you want to, because yeah, as I said, there is a lot of content here, a lot to use, which is definitely really welcome and really nice to see. Actually, I didn't even check out these roof pieces. I totally forgot. But yeah, we also have these pieces. That is also an option. And I guess then I actually also want to try out what the corner looks like. I mean, pretty straightforward, but nice to know they're also in there. Yeah, at least there is a ton of different options. So yeah, as always, hopefully you enjoyed a little look into seeing all of these different structures. And yeah, hopefully you can get some, and you can get some cool builds of, because definitely on Lost Colony with all the snow around, you can definitely build some really fun holiday festive builds with these. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hope to see you again in the next video or the next stream. For now, goodbye.